How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the CNA Critique. Today I'm going to be reviewing Season 3 of Ozark on Netflix. And between the cancellation of sports, movies, and life in general, this couldn't have dropped at a better time. There aren't going to be any major spoilers here, so if you're worried about that, you can sit back and relax and just enjoy the review. Thank you for watching this video. Now let's get to our review of Ozark Season 3.
Wendy?
Sometimes, if you don't move forward, you die.
There comes a point in every character drama where you can tell the writers are reaching hard to find some way to add more drama and conflict. Maybe it's through a location change, maybe you get a famous actor to play a villain for a season, or maybe you just keep doing the same shit over and over again and hope no one notices. However, with the third season of Ozark, series showrunner Chris Mundy doesn't do any of that hijinks. Instead, he focuses on the pressure and conflict within the Bird family, pitting Marty and his wife Wendy against each other. Season 1 began as the story of a man forcing his family on the run while telling them the bare minimum about his criminal past. Season 2 found Marty letting his family in on his money laundering empire, and Season 3 now explores what happens when the two heads of that empire are at odds over how to proceed and begin actively undermining one another. The result is a fresh source of drama and character conflict, dripping with deep emotional impact that I felt was missing at times during Season 2, which also in turn ups the stakes of the series significantly. To put it bluntly, as Season 2 was the epitome of playing it safe, Ozark Season 3 bets big on itself and wins. The new season of Ozark picks up pretty soon after Season 2 ended. The Birds were finally able to open their riverboat casino, and things are going pretty good for the Birds. At least that's how it seems at first. Marty doesn't feel right laundering money through the casino without knowing for sure he's not being watched by the feds, while Wendy wants to push the money laundering business even further. Marty, he's just kinda content just keeping things the way they are. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But Wendy's thinking is that, hey, we're already knee deep in shit, we might as well keep going. This difference in philosophy strains their relationship, and they're even seeing a couples therapist, although it's revealed very early on in the season that Marty is paying this therapist on the down low to make sure things go his way. That kind of sneaky behind the back antics is what's at the heart of Season 3. Of course, the FBI still plays a key part in the plot of Season 3, and the Burgess Casino is troubled by a mob boss who butts heads with Ruth over how to run the casino, and Ruth, all I gotta say is that she remains the biggest standout in this series. I know Jason Bateman is the star and the main character, and without him I don't think the show would last, but funny enough, in a show that kinda mimics and pays homage to Breaking Bad, Ruth really is the Jesse to Marty's Walter White. Now, Ruth's character arc for Season 3 isn't quite as dramatic as her arcs in Seasons 1 or 2. There's no creepy father-daughter relationship here. But I will say without spoiling it that there's this one particular subplot that doesn't quite click the way the show wants it to. I'm not going to dive any deeper than that, I'll save that for the explainer video coming up. But since this season focuses more on the conflict between Marty and Wendy, Ruth kind of takes a back seat here, which is something I didn't necessarily mind because a lot of attention was paid to her in Seasons 1 and 2, and with at least a good 2 or 3 more seasons still to go on Ozark, she's going to keep being a major player. But at the end of the day, this season comes down to the marital strife between Wendy and Marty, which is at the center stage for Season 3. It's really interesting and downright depressing at times, the cat and mouse game this married couple play with each other throughout the season. In a weird way, this season reminded me of Marriage Story, that movie that came out last year with Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson. Sure, the stakes are definitely much higher in this than in Marriage Story, but this season is actually the first time where I felt that I was witnessing the consequences of a relationship that had lost all of its communication and respect. The way the end of the season plays out, I wasn't sure they were going to make it to the end together. Mind you, they still have to manage to make it out with their lives intact. That's no gimme, but this is the first time where I actually questioned out of all the 3 seasons whether Marty and Wendy were gonna make it. But that's exactly what makes Ozark so badass. The story, let's be honest, isn't quite that unique. It's Breaking Bad in the Ozarks. But just like Breaking Bad, Ozark has a good core cast of characters, and this show constantly finds interesting ways to put these characters in stressful situations. Add in the extra layer of conflict between Marty and his wife Wendy, and what you got to me is a season that's far superior than season 2 and at least on par with season 1. I do think season 3 overextends itself a bit by throwing in one too many characters. Now the character Ben, don't get me wrong, he was a great addition to season 3. The actor that played him, his name is Tom Pelphrey. He very well might come away with being the MVP of season 3. But the stuff going on with Darlene and Wyatt, to be honest, I could care less about. But for the most part, Ozark Season 3 manages to maintain the same level of tension this show is known for, while adding a layer of emotional stakes in the form of Marty and Wendy's fractured relationship. This is a good 8.2 out of 10 for me, guys. No rookie score here. If you're not a fan of the series, nothing done in this season is going to change your mind. But for the majority of people out there, this show is going to wrap you in with its myriad of stressful situations and twists. And if you're not hyped for Season 4 after watching these final 2 episodes of Season 3, then maybe the show is just not for you. It's a winner for me, and it's something that should hold you over for a day or two while you're quarantined in your house due to the coronavirus. Now that's all I got for the CNA critique, guys. Let me know what you think about Ozark Season 3 in the comments below. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button so we can keep this channel growing. And go ahead, give me a pity like while you're at it. And remember, movies may fade, but real legends never die.